All right, what's up, VC? Good afternoon. Ooh, getting a little too excited here. Just got back from the record store. All right, now I've seen a few channels post that they got the new classic series, Hank Mobley. Really love the cover. I went and listened to it on YouTube. None of it really grabbed me in the way I like jazz to grab me. So I wasn't going to buy it just because everyone else has it. So, sorry, Hank Mobley, you didn't make the cut this time. Now, that doesn't mean 6 weeks from now, 6 days from now, 6 years from now, I will hear that album again and be totally blown away. It just my heart and my mind and my ears aren't in the right spot for it yet. Now, if yours are already, congratulations, you're ahead of me, and I'm jealous. So, that being said, what did perk my ear? So the record store posted something they got in there. It looked interesting. And what I'm playing right now in the background is 4 units. Japanese Top Jazz Men's Series Volume 3. I don't know why they had to put that word men in there. You know what I mean? Could have been a girl maybe in the band. Either way. That aside, this album is amazing. So, I love jazz. And I kind of stumbled upon Japanese jazz. Like the Herbie Hancock Trio came out on last Black Friday, I think. And I got that. And I guess it was only originally released in Japan. So, again, I was like, that's cool. So there's certain, I knew there's certain shredding albums, like there's certain albums that they release in other countries that they don't release in America. I already knew this, but there was a lot of jazz, apparently, that they released only in Japan that they didn't release here. Now they're starting to re-release here. So I stumbled, and this all kind of, so it was kind of a combination of things, actually. I got that Herbie Hancock Trio, and around that time, there was this on the wall. And I talked about this, one of my favorite albums that I got in 2020. I'm a huge fan of Hiroshi Yoshimura now. One of my favorite composers. And this came out back in '86. So I got this, and next to this on the wall was this. And so I thought it was going to be the Hiroshi Yoshimura's Japanese ambient. Go get on that genre. It's awesome. So this looked, judging a book by its cover, I thought, this is more Japanese ambient. I YouTubed it. No, it's some amazing jazz. And it's this composer, his name I always sometimes confuse, but Hiromasa Suzuki. Now this is composed, arranged, conducted by him. And it's played by the Jiro Inagaki and Big Soul Media. Played by the Jiro Inagaki and the Big Soul Media. So, really don't know much about it, but I got it. It was a little pricey. It was new because it was a reissue under, let's say it, Lights in the Attic. Just deep jazz reality. It doesn't really say too much. But this album is amazing. This is like almost like Bitches Brew, but not as laid back. A little more intense. Now you're like, no freaking way, something more intense than Bitches Brew. This goes there. So go check this out. The Red Stream. Hiromasa Suzuki. This is a beast of a jazz album. And if you're a jazz fan, you're going to like it. And if you don't like it, that's totally fine. I just talked about that last album. That wasn't really getting to me. So, on to what I got from the record store today. So I just picked this up today. I actually had never heard of this, but now I'm all heavy into Japanese jazz. And I already loved just jazz. I love jazz. I don't care where it's come from. But, like I said, the re-release and all this amazing stuff. So, this is Kosuke. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. And it's called Mine First. This is pressed on 45 RPM, double LP. It was pressed in Palace Group, so it's his so anyways, I YouTubed it. I'm jumping around here. I YouTubed it. It sounded amazing. Got really excited. They only have 2 copies in my store. I rushed there as soon as the store opened, and I swooped this. It is a little pricey. This is $39, but it's 2 albums. It's a reissue. Go give it a listen, and then tell me, or comment if you like it. Coffee burp. Hashtag that. Hashtag that shit. Anyways, listen to it, and then if you like it, go get it. Because this is, I haven't even opened it yet. I listened to it on YouTube, and I was like, oh, next song. Oh, next song. It kept going. So, you know what I mean? It was like awesome. So I actually, I mean, not to tell you my personal stuff, but I didn't even, I'm already showered now, clean. But I just went straight to it. I got out of bed, rushed straight to the record store to get this, come back, got ready. Now I'm going to, film some video, have some coffee, talk to the VC a little bit. I was going to just open it, but I was like, I can't share it with the VC. So I actually listened to one of my other records, had coffee, talking to you guys. So, I mean, I'm trying to keep this video short, but anybody who's watched any of my videos knows, just ramble on. Oh, look, there's a fly over there. I wonder how long flies live for. It's crazy that a fly was larvae once. Oh, no, okay, never mind. Sorry, I started to go there. See? Sometimes it happens. I got that on tour. See that Chicago ball? I'm not even a Chicago Cubs fan, but the reason I love the merch is we were on tour. It's weird, I hadn't showered in a couple days, and I just wanted to wash my head. So, I was trying to find just a gallon of water I could buy, or a big couple bottles of water, so I could just wash my hair in front of this venue. The Underground Lounge in Chicago. It's right around from the Chicago Cubs Stadium. I'm forgetting the name of it now, it's horrible. So I walked by their souvenir shop, in my flip-flops, shorts, finally found water, got to wash my hair, didn't even care about getting a souvenir. And then I realized like I could have got a cool souvenir from the actual Chicago Cubs stadium souvenir shop. Because I walked, it was like, whoa, there's a stadium, there's a shop. So we went back on tour, went back there, and I got that ball. And I also got a mug. I'm going to use the mug next channel. So, see how I'm talking? I just ramble about anything. So anyways, back to this. I'm going to open this up. Let's just open it now. Everybody has their own unique way of opening records. Now, I usually try to find a loose piece of the shrink wrap, and I cut into that to get a little rip. And I've seen some people be brave, just cutting right in here. Gosh. You know what? I looked, there was 2 records, and I feel like this cover is a tiny bit damaged, and I did a look at both of them. Whatever, it doesn't look bad, but it looks like there's a little clip right there. I'm glad I noticed that now, because I might have thought after I open it, I'm going to be like, did I do that to it? And when I feel myself, I notice I got my mole right here, but I'm just going to rep my mole. I'm proud of it. It's been with me for so long now. Sometimes they do the shrink wrap so tight, and I can't even, I'm like, ah. Okay, we good. And just a little, no creases in the cover. There was just a little piece. And I'm trying not to be so worried about the covers. It's like as long as the record's decent and like in decent shape and the pressing, as long as the sound is good at first, then second quality. So I don't have any Japanese jazz that's on 45 RPM, and it's kind of weird because I never was big. I'm just going to ramble on until I finish my coffee. This is going to be a 10-minute episode. So I only had 2 records that were 45 RPM in my collection, besides my 45s, my small 7-inch records. And it was my House of a Thousand Corpses and my Nirvana Incesticide. There might have been some other ones in there, but that's only 2 I could really remember before I started getting into like high fidelity 45 RPM. But back in the day, I was like, why are these at 45 RPM? I know you guys are probably laughing at me. Laugh away, throw a comment. It bothered me. I was like, that I had to switch into 45. And I thought, my head did a reverse. I thought, because it has to play faster, I didn't think of the grooves being wider. I just thought, since it plays it faster, the sound quality isn't as good as it when it's played slower. Okay? Trust me, I'm Year of the Monkey. And that year doesn't make any sense because it says you're intelligent, but you're easily confused. How can you be intelligent if you get easily confused? So anyways, then I finally find out that those 2 records I had were like high fidelity, good sounding. That's why they're played at 45 RPM. So I start getting into this, you know what I mean, a while back. And you know how that goes. It's a weird rabbit hole you go down. So now that I'm into Japanese jazz, they already sound phenomenal. But this one said 45 RPM. So I was like, oh gosh, I don't have any, this sounds good. And it's 45 RPM. This This is just checking off all the things on the list. And I don't usually like to thumb it, but I had to for this one. And sometimes I know it's not bad. All right. Big old piece of vinyl stuck to it. And I hate it when this happens because sometimes when you blow it off one side, it just sticks to the other. Okay, got it off. Now it's just going to go onto one of my other records, hopefully not. Anyways. A little weird that the edges, okay, you guys know, for being from the Palace Group, I'm a little disappointed on the edges. The record looks clean though. Have you guys ever gotten a brand new record and you see a fingerprint already on there, like on the grooves, and you're like, okay, that's like that person's DNA is on your freaking artistic album of music, and then like when you hear that little, and you're like, that's some freaking employee's fingerprint that's with you for life now. Okay, until you clean it off, and then it's still kind of there. No? All right. Looks good, nice and flat. I like how the label kind of has an old school chess label look to it, just a little bit. ECM chess label look to it. Either way, super stoked. This company put out another record I have that I've talked about. You guys like Ty, you've talked about everything by now. All right, and it's a Japanese jazz. Pull it out real quick. I'll show you guys. All right, it's J-Jazz Deep Modern Jazz from Japan. All right, and this is, sorry. All right, I want to save this. I want to save this hype sticker. All right. So this I've been storing some of my double LPs that what I'll do is I'll just throw the record on each side. I know it seems lazy. I've seen those other slips where it holds that. Eventually when I get those. I know I'm going to have a hard time trying to figure out how to put those on, though. I already seen like 2 people showing and I was like, huh? Hence Year of the Monkey. I'm easily confused. This is a total low budget way to where you just throw the record on each side and you just get to it. So, let's show you the cover. So the same company did this one. I'm almost pretty positive. Yes, BBE. Gosh, and it stands for something like barely breaking even. Yes, okay, and I love that. So it seems like all this trouble to do these records, and maybe they're profiting big time. They only had to press these for $5 a piece, but I highly doubt that. So this I recommend. This is actually 3 albums, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it is. And right now, I'm cracked about the second LP. First I was cracked about the first one. First I was cracked about the last one. And now I'm all insane addicted to the middle one. And then like I said, like the Hank Mobley album. Right now I wasn't kicking. Now, if I just had an infinite amount of money, Hank Mobley would be up in the collection. Now, an album I did see that I have him holding. God, I can't remember the name. It's Donald Byrd, John Coltrane, and someone else. Anyway, some heavy hitters album. It's on Prestige. It's a reissue. I YouTubed it and I was like, wow. I'm sure I know you guys already have this album, but I haven't heard of it. I don't have it in my collection. I may have heard it before, or heard one of you talk about it. That's maybe why I've seen it and recognized it. That's probably what really happened. So anyways, I'm just going to finish this coffee now with you guys. If you can exit out of here at any moment. Like and subscribe if you feel like it. I feel like it's weird we tell you guys to like and subscribe, but I feel like it's just going to be an automatic thing. But now we're just all brainwashed to tell you to like and subscribe. So that being said, like and subscribe. And if you don't like and subscribe and you're just scrolling, you watched it, thank you for just watching for a little while. What's really crazy, if you made it this far in my video, I posted a video about the Frank Zappa 40th Anniversary Live in New York album. Oh my gosh, album's so good. It comes with a bonus album. Anyways, you know who commented on my footage? I'm going to have to do a whole episode about this. But if you made it this far, Dweezil Zappa's drummer, Joe Travers, who's the head of the Frank Zappa Vault, commented on the footage saying, I'm sorry that your record was warped, something, you know, along the lines. He's like, it's crazy. We have those made, you know, at the Palace Group. He's all, just goes to show that not all vinyl can be perfect, right? Like, so I'm like already getting the chills that the legend is commenting on my footage. And then he says, yeah, that third album is a killer. Thank you for sharing. The dude who picked that, he's the one who picked it out. He watched my footage. He's seen me freaking out. And he's probably laughing. He's like, yeah, he got to hear it. Imagine going to the vault and a live performance, Black Napkins. And then he heard it and was like, ooh, yeah, this needs to get to other people probably. So thank you, Joe Travers. Probably not going to watch this crazy long round. I'll have to do a video of just thanking you for commenting and watching my footage. Or thank you for doing all your work for the Zappa family. You're a phenomenal drummer. I'm pretty sure I have the DVD of you playing drums. I have Dweezil Zappa Live. So anyways, thank you. And that album I listened to last night, I was feeling it. It's my dad's birthday today, who's no longer here. And I was like, I put on Black Napkins. My dad was a Zappa fan. But I felt like that's what I wanted to hear. Man, it's that version, that bonus version. Not only is the guitar crazy good, the whole band. It's like it's Frank Zappa, of course. The whole band's good, but the horns players are just killing it that night, and then they always killed it. It's Frank Zappa band, but just whatever. I feel like they always killed it, but that night the planets were aligned. And imagine the crowd, and I love live albums. Live albums to me just remind me of hanging out with my stepdad, going to concerts. My first good album on one of my first cassette tapes was Primus, Suck on This, which is a live album. So yeah, either way. All right, guys, my coffee's over. It's a beautiful day out here. There's like no wind. It's in the 80s. This is coffee cough. Coffee clear your throat. Anyways, in Central Texas, March, April, May are like the best months for weather because June hits and then it's just sponge humidity, which you're used to. You're just in shorts, tank top. That's all it is. So anyways, that being said, later guys, stay positive, play lots of vinyl, leave a comment. Late, bye.